Stephen, before we look ahead to Kilmarnock, let's just reflect briefly on St Mirren, and I know how disappointed you were with the performance and result the other night.
Yeah, we were. We were very disappointed. We were okay up to a point. What we did, we lacked the creativity, we lacked an intensity, and we lacked just a tempo and that just little spark to try and go and make something happen. We played with a little bit of fear in that final third of the pitch, so it was disappointing. I never seen us losing the game, but to be honest, I never seen us winning the game. And at times you have to hold your hands up as well. I made a couple of substitutions that perhaps were the wrong ones at the time when you're 1-0 down and chasing the game. But we weren't getting on the ball, we weren't playing through midfield, and it was probably going to be something into the box that bounced for us, but it didn't happen. And we're disappointed in it. The boys give everything as they always do. We look at the stats and we've run as far as we ever do, but we just lacked a creativity. We lacked that just little bit of spark and quality in that final third, and it's something I'm well aware of, something that I need to change, and that we have to get to the January window to try and do that.
Yeah, and I guess we're not going to look for excuses, but I guess as a manager that must frustrate you more when you've got the likes of Craig Tanner out, Chris Cadden as well, of course, someone that can change a game as well. That must frustrate you. Yeah,
I'm well aware we need more width in the team. We need pace, we need energy up the top end of the pitch, and we haven't got it at this moment in time. Craig, obviously we thought we'd be back a lot sooner, maybe a few weeks into the season. That hasn't quite happened. He's a real creative spark and come in off the wide areas as well. Cads as well, he gives you that pace and energy out wide, and the other boys who are in the squad that we probably perceive as our creative players, they've been so inconsistent that I don't know what I'm getting maybe from 1 minute to the next, never mind game to game. And that's the disappointing bit, because we've got boys with ability that maybe just haven't quite performed this season. But I'll take care of that in the window. It's a difficult window because people want more money and the availability is a little bit limited. But we're well down the line with 2 or 3 things, especially in forward areas. A little bit more pace, a little bit more invention. And I fully agree. I think we deserved all the stick we got on Saturday. We hold our hands up. It wasn't good enough, and we go again. And I've gone to the boys and I've said we have to try and get results in the next 2 games, get us to the January window, and then we will shake things up.
Yeah, and of course, going up against a team like Kilmarnock, who've had so much success this year, they'll be a very difficult team to play, but one that, if your boys really do produce, could maybe get a result here against at Fir Park.
Yeah, we don't fear anybody. We don't fear anybody when we come here, and we can say that all we want. We have to show that on the pitch as well. As I say, every week the boys are organised, they're disciplined. We don't concede loads of goals. We get beat by the odd goal, but we're not doing enough in that final third. And the strikers always get the blame. That's just the nature of football, but it's not always that. The service end of them, the quality of balls, just being a little bit braver. Just being a little bit braver, taking a chance, in that area of the pitch. And as I say, the players that we put on there have to do that. We have to step up to that. And it's a tough game against Kilmarnock. They've been on a very good run, but there's no reason why, if we play to the potential, stay as organised as we are, but just play with a little bit more freedom in that final third of the pitch, that we don't go and get a result.
You spoke about the challenges that come with January transfer window, but I guess at the same time it is a room to maybe do some things like you mentioned. Are you looking forward to that spell of the season?
I am, yeah, and as I've stated, I'm very well aware of what we need. We haven't got wide players that, we haven't got people that go past people and maybe just win. You need that wee bit of brilliance. If you look at Kilmarnock with Jordan Jones and the boy Stewart as well, they're a handful, and they win games sometimes when there's nothing in games, and that's probably what we lack at the minute. But the January window's a tough one. We've got options. I do believe that we're well on our way down the line with a couple, and a couple of people may have to go. There comes a stage where everyone needs a little freshness to things, and that's what we intend doing, and I'm looking forward to doing that. But the 2 games in between times are very, very important. First and foremost, we have to give the fans someone to get back on side again. I was unfortunate enough to sit in the stands with them, and there was no atmosphere, and that's up to the players to generate that at times, and they didn't do that on Saturday. We didn't play with tempo and an energy in that area of the pitch that got people off their seats. So we have to do that. We have to be braver. We have to try and take the game to Kilmarnock and try and get 3 points.
And just on a final note, just to round things off, any team news or anything that you can bring to us ahead of the game?
Peter Hartley will still be out, we believe. He's not back in training yet. So we will go. We'll maybe make a few changes to freshen things up again. And we're looking for a bigger performance. Simple as that. We're a group of players that are honest. They never give anything but their best. And sometimes there's a myth in football that you lose games and the players aren't trying. They always try. Sometimes the quality isn't good enough, and it wasn't on Saturday, and that final third wasn't good enough. And we have to put that right. We have to be big enough to stand up and say, yeah, we want the ball, and I want to be the player that puts that right.
Well, Stephen, all the best for a big game on Boxing Day.
Cheers, thank you.